Hey guys, I'm here with Brooke, and she came in with some powder dip on that she had done at another salon. We're just gonna soak that off. So I am wrapping them up with 100% acetone just on a gauze pad, and this is just regular aluminum foil. I let them sit for about 10 minutes, and then I pull off the foil one by one, and I'm just gonna file away what's loose. You can file the bulk down before wrapping if you want. I prefer not to. I like to let the acetone soften that acrylic a little bit before I start filing, just because I file by hand, so I want to save myself as much work as possible. So I file off what's loose, I wrap them back up, I move on to the rest of the hand, and then I just keep going like that. It's gonna take a couple of passes to get it all off. It gets kind of gummy and just kind of like rolls up with the filing. But if you have to do this 2, 3, 4 times, no big deal. Just let them soak for as long as they need to. Once you start seeing the natural nail, just wrap them back up. You don't want to file into the natural nail plate. That is what will cause their nails to start thinning out. That's what will cause the nail damage. So just take your time, wrap them up, file off what's loose, wrap them back up. No big deal. Once you've gotten all of that acrylic off, you're just going to start your natural nail prep. Just file and shape the nails. You can see here that I rock my file back and forth under the free edge. I do that to soften the corners. That gives you a nice natural kind of squoval shape. Then I'm going to use my cuticle pusher to gently push back the cuticle. There is not a lot of pressure being used here. It's very gentle. You don't want to dig into the natural nail plate. The other side of the pusher is flat, so it helps you really get all of that dead skin off the nail plate. And you're just gently lifting that dead skin up. And then you can come in with your cuticle nippers and nip away that dead skin, being very careful to only cut the dead skin that you pushed off the nail plate. You don't want to be cutting live tissue here. This shouldn't hurt the client. There shouldn't be blood. Very gentle, and making sure you're just taking the dead skin. If there is dry skin left around the nails, it doesn't have to be cut. You're only cutting what you pushed off the nail plate. If there is dry skin left over, we will moisturize that after the service by adding some cuticle oil. Then we're just going to buff enough to remove shine. You don't want to take away layers of the nail plate. You're going to cleanse the nail plate again with acetone. Make sure it's very, very clean and dry before you add your gel base coat. This is C&D Shellac base coat. I always use it. It is my absolute favorite. I love the C&D Shellac line. I will use other colors of gel polish that belong to different brands, but I always use C&D Shellac top and base coat because it soaks off beautifully. It's very gentle on the nail plate, and it's what works best for my clients and keeping their nails healthy. So applying base coat, you're going very thin, not a lot of product on your brush. You kind of want to scrub it into the nail plate and make sure to cap the free edge with every coat. So you don't want to obviously flood the cuticle or the sideballs with this, which is why you're using very little product on the brush. A little bit goes a long way. And so for Brooke's nails today, we are doing 2 negative space nails on the pinky and the ring finger. So I am using C&D Shellac. The color is Grapefruit Sparkle. I'm going to do 2 coats of that. The rest of her nails are going to be black, and I am using Artistic Color Gloss in the shade Swag. On the 2 negative space nails, we're gonna do half of the nail black. So we're gonna go ahead and use that Artistic Color Gloss again in Swag to paint half of the nail black. And you don't have to be too precise at this part because you can always clean it up before you put it into the lamp. It's not locked in. So I will take a cleanup brush dampened with a little bit of acetone, and I will go in and sharpen that line just to make sure it's really crisp. Make sure I have the polish exactly where I want it. You have time to play with this, unlike with regular polish. Until you stick this hand in the lamp, it's not locked in, so you have time to do what you need to do. And I am adding Rose Gold by the Gel Bottle, just swiping that with a liner brush, a little nail art liner brush. We're also going to add in some white with this as well. So here I'm just adding a little bit of white to that nail. Make sure that you are curing between each color. So cure the black before you add the rose gold, then cure the rose gold before you add the white. This way the colors don't run into each other. You can overlap them if you want to, because what you have already cured is locked in place. So you're not going to mess it up. They're not going to run into each other that way. Now we're just applying our top coat. This is CND Shellac Express 5 top coat. Make sure to use a thin layer, cover the full nail, cap the free edge. We will cure that and then cleanse the tacky layer with alcohol when it comes out of the lamp. And then we will finish by adding some cuticle oil to put some moisture back into the nail plate and the skin. That's it.